we are going to see if we use ChatGPT, how quickly we will find the it's not X, it's Y bullshit if we ask it to generate a script for a Resident Evil game, or script for a Resident Evil review. So, the prompt I gave, generate a script for a 10-minute video reviewing the original Resident Evil for PS1. Okay? There are games that age, and then there are games that become fossils. Not dead, preserved. It's the first fucking paragraph. There's no way. I didn't ask it to do that. Released by 1996 by Capcom, the game created the blueprint for survival horror as we know it. Fixed camera angles, tank controls, limited ammo, weird dialogue, mansion full of nightmare creatures. And honestly, playing it today feels less like booting up a game and more like excavating an ancient There's the second one. There's the second one. It's not X, it's Y. So today I wanted to go back and review the original Resident Evil, not the remake, not the director's cut, not the modern reinterpretations, the actual PS1 original. Okay, that one I can kinda let them get behind. Except the modern reinterpretations, because what the fuck does that mean? And the director's cut is the original game, by the way. The director's cut is the same game. Was the PlayStation ever referred to as the PlayStation 1? Yeah, a lot of people started calling it the PS1 when the PS2 came out. The crusty one, the awkward one, the legendary one. So there's rule of 3. There's rule of 3 right there. But with the best music in the basement? Yep. The story starts with STARS, which are basically a special police unit sent to investigate grisly murders outside Raccoon City. Immediately things go wrong because this is Resident Evil and competence is illegal in this universe. I know where they stole that from. That's from... Is that from the Welcome to Raccoon City review? I swear to God, I saw that exact phrasing in the Welcome to Raccoon City review. So, here's a cool thing that AI does. It doesn't understand how to do context. Because check this out. If you don't know what Resident Evil 1 is, how could you know that competence is illegal in the universe of Resident Evil? I can agree with that statement because I've played a lot of the series, but if you've never played it, you have no idea what this statement means at all. Anybody at all who's like grading a like fifth grade level writing assignment would have caught this. After getting chased by zombies through the wood, the team hides inside a creepy mansion that is absolutely that no sane human would ever enter voluntarily. And that's the game. That's the setup. There it is again. It's there again. No giant lore jump. No chosen one prophecy. Just, hey, there are monsters in this mansion and we need to survive. It's the third time. Rule of 3 and it's not X, it's Y. Together as a family. Simple, effective, timeless. You can choose between Jill Valentine and Chris Redfield. This decision actually matters. Jill is the easy mode because she gets more inventory space. Chris gets fewer item slots because the developers believe masculinity meant suffering. A simple, effective, timeless, another rule of 3. Yep. What shocked me replaying this game wasn't the monsters, it was the atmosphere. It's something again. It's always there. It's not X, that's why. Oh my God. Did I accidentally delete part of that? I think I did. Yep, I did. What shocked me replaying this game wasn't the monsters, it was the atmosphere. The mansion still feels oppressive. The fixed camera angles do something modern horror games often fail at. They remove information from the player. You never fully know what's around the corner. The camera feels hostile. Sometimes you'll hear footsteps before you see an enemy. Sometimes the game deliberately frames a hallway so you can't tell what's waiting ahead. Every Resident Evil reviewer on the planet has said that statement. Because the pre-rendered backgrounds, every room feels weirdly detailed and uncanny. It's like walking through haunted paintings. There's a constant tension because resources are limited. Every bullet matters. Every healing item matters. Every save matters. Rule of 3, there we are. Rule of 3 has been found. Modern horror games make you want to feel powerful eventually. Resident Evil wants you to feel vulnerable forever, and honestly, that still works. So, rule of 3 here, and also, it's lying. Every Resident Evil game, all of them, 2/3 of the way in, drop you into, like, a lab or a sewer or something, and you have the weaponry to take on God. So it gets basic shit wrong about the game. We need to talk about the tank controls, because this is where modern players either bounce off the game immediately or Stockholm Syndrome brings them into loving it. If you've never played an old survival horror games, the controls are going to feel horrible. Forward moves your character, blah, 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 blah. It's stiff, slow, clunky. There's rule of 3. And somehow it's kind of genius. That's actually a form of it's not X, it's Y. So it's not X is Y is called thesis counter thesis. And this is thesis counter thesis. It's a negative and yet a positive. It's thesis counter thesis. Again, it's still it's not X, it's Y. Finding the controls becomes part of the horror. You aren't an action hero doing backflips and suplexes. You're a regular person trying not to die in the nightmare geometry. There it is again. There it is again. There it is again. Fucking... You aren't an action hero. You're this. That guy 100% AI generated a script. 100%. It's not Chris, it's Jill. Also cuts to Leon backflipping in RE4. The game's dialogue is legendary. Not because it's good, because it's unbelievably weird. So question, how many of you were as bothered and had as much of a trauma response to this shit before I introduced you to it? How many of you? How many of you thought about that shit in AI-generated dialogue? Hi. Hello. You're causing me so much temptation right now to not just pull out a red marker and just do this all over the screen. Dying constantly. It's awful, isn't it? Axo says, because it is something we were told to do in school before it became associated with AI. So he says, I was told this was a way of communicating a point. So here's the thing. It's taking ways that people do, like, positive information. It's just doing it unnaturally. It is 100% taking it and utilizing it. So your thing did come first. Your, like, creative writing told me to do this. That came first. The issue we run into is that the AI is scraping a billion of that and homogenizing it into this pool. You get random psychotic pings, random psychic damage pings reading research articles. So that was in response to me saying I use the rule of 3 way too much? Right, Sylvia, I was responding to that. I was responding to the fact that the rule of 3 was told in creative writing courses as a way to communicate things, because the rule of 3 happened first, and then AI just glommed it. In casual conversation... Okay, there's the part I was missing. In casual conversation. I thought for writing. But yeah, in casual conversation, that as well. Let's see here. Jill delivers lines with the emotional intensity of somebody ordering coffee, but honestly, I wouldn't change any of it. That's still thesis counter thesis. My god, how many times is it going to do the... It's this, and the thing is, modern games don't do this, and the thing is, it's this, and the thing is, I like it. Don't even mention the generative AI mills that make figures that are so... blit. Every sentence. Every sentence. Let's see. Backtracking sounds annoying on paper, but the mansion becomes familiar over time. You learn it. You memorize the danger zones. Eventually, you stop feeling like a victim and start feeling like a survivor. That's two versions. That's twice. They did it twice. Service is having his I'm back in the fucking building again moment. People have gotten mad at me for using EMDASHES punctuation to show a harder stop than a period. It's like, I don't know, that's bad, and that's bad. Have very different feels. So, here's the thing. This is the part of the well poisoning with AI. So we all understand on a base psychological level, at least a lot of us on the left, that this technology is being used for bad. This technology is fucking up the environment. This technology in general is making it to where people aren't going to think as much, and they are going to be asking robots to do shit instead of actually thinking and learning and everything. We've got studies for that shit. We understand that. But then we take that and we broaden it to more. So people start seeing a person who uses an M- in basic conversation or roleplay and sees that as it being an AI, or they'll see, like me, when I hear it's not X is Y, I get a trauma response now. I feel like a robot's talking to me, even if I know that that's not the case. We get that poisoned well because deep down we understand that the thing is rotten in its current form, and then our brain starts spreading that rot to everything. Now, obviously, not everything holds up perfectly. The combat is extremely basic. The inventory management can become frustrating. Some puzzles are moon logic nonsense. There is not a single puzzle in the original Resident Evil that has moon logic nonsense. Every single puzzle in there is very easy to grasp after literally walking into a room and tilting your head around for just a little bit. The remake has a few things that are a little off the wall, like the puzzle where you had to find the symbols by looking at oil lamps. That part was a little weird, but... Sean says, I bring up my best argument of them all, which is it takes 3 seconds to go back and change several layers of the sentence, and I know so many artists out there that could just erase one line and redraw it and look so much better. Yeah. If somebody takes one of these scripts and they actively like see the repetition, they have every opportunity to rip that part out or reword it or something. If you want to use it as a guiding post for something or a project, fucking have at it. But when you're using it to offload all of the mental labor, everything, fuck off. Especially if you're using it for a creative work at that point. Because why are you offloading creativity? Why are you doing that? That isn't... no. Those are the things that make us human. Those are the things that make us people. And yet, people are completely obsessed with that. They are obsessed with removing friction from every single point of their life. And it just... So, like, I mentioned one of the things that I've used this technology for that I don't think is the worst thing in the world. I put in paragraph after paragraph after paragraph after paragraph after paragraph of information on RipShift. Solely so that I could say, organize it into bullet points. Organize the entirety of that world and its magic system and everything that I've told you. Organize it into bullet points for me. It's all I want you to do. Every single thing from here is something that I have written, that I have made, but it is organized into bullet points. However, there are a couple things that it added flourishes to that fuck me up. Victories rarely solve problems permanently, instead they create new consequences. That agitates the shit out of me, because I didn't fucking write that. The AI, the minute that it had any bit of carte blanche to write anything, went, it's not X, it's Y, a fucking again. Which means, now that it's in bullet points, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put it into a Word document, and then I'm gonna rewrite the entire fucking thing. Because it's gonna have more of that. It's gonna have shit that it got wrong. It's just a skeleton that I can now use. Is a skeleton that I can use and edit as a series Bible. Easy. But I'm still gonna have to put in a fuck ton of work to actually get it to be anything useful. Using it as a tool, as part of a process, not the end of the world. Using it to create everything, fuck off. So this is the reason why I do everything myself and I feel angry all the time. Cirrus just did a long-winded, it's not X, it's Y. Putting the skin on the skeleton. PJ Blazer, if you put the skin on the skeleton, you forgot to put the muscles and blood in. That reminds me, I have a writing thing I need to work on. I hate having to write in that in the voice of a bad person. Yeah, you need to be willing to, like, reach into your inner villain. You need to be willing to, like, pull into your chest and just showcase to somebody the person that goes, you don't understand. You think I'm kicking your puppy because I'm evil. Well, you may be right about that. But I'm also doing it because it's fun! And then I just did It's Not X, It's Y again. Fuck me, I'm gonna kill myself. Nope, done. Non-zero chance it didn't actually reduce your workload, but still. So my problem is I get scatterbrained. So it may not reduce the amount of time that workload is going to take, but it is going to reduce the amount of annoyance that I have in putting it together. So I always embrace my inner villain. Those take one, leave one penny holders I take too. Not that kind of villain. I have to write in Eggman's voice. You have to write in Eggman's voice? But that's so fun! He's such a fun villain! Just do a whole belly laugh and go, woo! Genocide is fun! Like something like that. You can do it. I believe you. I'm gonna piss on the moon type shit. I hate to be that person again, but it is capital. Again, the focus on productivity and the product sans creativity is the result of the logic of capital accumulation. You know what? Nope, you are entirely right. The want to produce something that can make you money and not have to spend effort on it is capitalism. I have to write a science document as Eggman. Axo, if you want to do that, I know what you can do. Hold on, check this out, Eggman, logs, Sonic, Frontiers. Here we go.
Some force is keeping me from exiting cyberspace. Is it because my AI made unauthorized access to the databases? If so, that's the exact opposite of what it was supposed to do. What are gun military craft doing in here? Sage has helped me avoid the worst of it, and it doesn't appear to be manned. Is it a defense mechanism? I need to learn more.
Sonic Frontiers has an entire series of documents narrated by Eggman as his own personal log. Said, wait, that actually helps a lot? There you go. Here you go. I need to figure out how to write a murder in fiction. I'm not fed posting, because I want to write a murder mystery arc for a Ratsona Spencer who wants to defend themselves in a court, Ace Attorney style. Well, so what you do is you create a scenario where the kill happens, and then think of every possible mistake they could make, and then find the most fun ones to play around with. Did they leave blood at the crime scene? That's one. Did they leave a hair at the crime scene? Did they buy the knife that they used recently? Did they buy it with a credit card? Or did they buy it with cash? Are there any taxi services that were utilized near the home? Are any of those services able to give you a database of the people that they moved around during the time the murder is supposed to have taken place? How many different ways could this person fuck up? And then just run down the path of that, and there's your murder story. Now you need to take another character and have them unravel that. Hey, wait, you're being derailed again? I like writing! Of course I'm getting derailed! We're now in a thing that I enjoy. I'm talking about Sonic the Hedgehog and literature. I like reading, and I like to roleplay in D&D, which is just writing with extra steps. Skid says, well, I know how I'm planning the next Call of Cthulhu one-shot. You said you're getting derailed. I was very tempted to just list all the same stuff you said did. Autism, 105%. Okay, we've had our fun. You know what AI writing looks like. We watched a video that looked like it had AI writing, and then we actually had ChatGPT make something that sounded oddly like that video. Do I need to add ADHD to your descriptors? Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagittarius, you know I'm not saying that last part, Sylvie Snow, Valis of Seraph, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.